And Jason, good morning and welcome to the Rocker Morning Show.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
We seldom have stars of your caliber, but I have to say that we welcome Jason back. He was on last for Rosemary's Baby, and he made quite an impression, not only on us, but on the tens of people who listen to this show.
Oh, God, what did I do?
What did he do, for goodness sake?
Was I drunk?
You might as well have been. I'm going to start it, and then I'm going to let Stephanie finish because it works well that way. And I hope it goes better than rehearsal, Stephanie, because it was really rough.
We'll see.
Okay. So at one point, I made reference to the fact that, the British are sometimes pretentious and condescending. And then later, as we were talking about other actors, Jason said, listen, don't name drop. It's not classy. Mick Jagger told me that. All right, so we were thrown laughing, and we couldn't compose ourselves, and that has now become part of our sort of lexicon here.
Regular joke thrown out. In fact, I actually just recently got to say to a friend of mine, don't drop names, it's not classy. Jason Issacs told me that.
I love it.
Oh, wow.
Now, I have to say that you're a pro because you used exactly the right celebrity to use with that. Because Mick Jagger isn't another actor.
I'd like to take credit, but actually, that's not my joke. David Bowie told me it.
Here it is.
God,
all right.
You are brilliant.
Well, listen, we'd love to talk more with Jason, but we already did that. Ann, good morning. How are you?
Morning. I'm terrific. I'm just trying to sit here, think of names I could draw.
No.
No, we are here to talk about Dig.
Yes.
Well, I worked with Jason Issacs in that.
You don't say.
Well, you know what? Before we talk about Dig, you could certainly name drop because you were in 3 of my all-time favorite movies, Wag the Dog, Donnie Brasco, and Cedar Rapids. And I'm sure there'd be some serious name dropping going there. But
thank you so much.
Yeah, I mean, just great films all. And, Isaacs has done a couple of decent things, too. All right.
I can't name any off the top of my head.
Not right off the top of my head. Yeah. We already did that. We already went to talk last time he was on. Now, I've seen the commercials for Dig, and there's a lot of these things out there on a lot of these networks now, for which we are grateful because it's original programming. We're in sort of a renaissance for TV and independent movies, I think. But this looks really interesting, really scary. The commercials are really doing it justice. Tell us about Dig and, well, at least enough to get us ready for tonight without giving too much away.
Sure, go for it, Jason. I love how he kind of sets the show up.
The main thing about TV is who's telling the story. I mean, we'll tell you what the story is. It's great, but it comes from the man who created and wrote Homeland and the man who created Heroes, and they combined and they told the story. So it's really all I needed to know before I said yes to it. But they're telling a story which is a murder mystery set in modern-day Jerusalem that gradually unveils a much bigger, much more dangerous global conspiracy, which is not only fantastical and brilliantly told, and the locations are amazing and all this stuff, but much more excitingly for us when we were doing it, is based on a whole bunch of real things and real groups and real people and real secret cults that exist in the world. And so the fun of it is not only the roller coaster you go on watching it, but also rushing to the internet afterwards and finding out just how unsafe we all are in our beds.
Well, this is exactly the kind of program that I enjoy because it's based loosely on fact, or at least it's part of the fabric of our lives right now, and that's what intrigues me the most of a series like this.
For sure.
Now,
it'll scare the pants off you.
Sorry, go on. Sorry.
Well, no. So I'm assuming let's deal with the title that something is unearthed. That is evil, I'm assuming.
Yeah, you're the kind of smart audience who make it for. That's absolutely right. we shot in Jerusalem, and you can't ignore when you're there the history of thousands and thousands of years of blood-soaked conquest, because as you go down under the city, and we're in tunnels and caves and mines, and as well as being over the city on the rooftops, there's the history of every civilization that has slaughtered to take control of this place. And there are people right now who'd like to do that. And I'm not talking about the players in the Middle East. I'm talking about people right here in America.
Right.
And, and so we do dig, but also in many ways it's not an archaeological story. It's a story about the history of the people involved. So these are rich, very modern, very contemporary, very flawed characters. I mean, Anne and I run the FBI agent office there in well, she's my boss, but we're sleeping together, but we're not a couple. We're trying to still be friends and colleagues, and all these relationships are very adult and very. It means that the players at the heart of this mystery are recognizable and complicated human beings making some really bad decisions sometimes.
Sounds like us all.
We all do.
We're here with Jason Issacs and Anne Heche. The new series debuting tonight on USA at 10 our time is Dig, and as I said, the commercials really, really draw you in, and I'm going to be watching without a doubt. So I can't think.
You know, one of the other reasons to watch, I mean, apart from all the things that make it great, is it has that rare thing, which is an ending. Some of the greatest television that has come out of America recently, it comes on, people love it, and so of course they write as many series as they can until people stop watching, and then they write an ending. This is a 10-part series that had an ending from the very first day they wrote the first word, and it has a brilliantly explosive and exciting climax that brings all the different strands together. And from the time you start watching the story, you can't help but think, how is this all going to come together? How is it going to end? And that's you realize how rare that is while you're doing it.
It is rare, and you know what? That's a lot of BBC stuff has a beginning and has an end, and so it does leave you wanting more. But at the same time, it wraps it up. And so I'm really happy to hear that Dig doesn't just sort of meander around, that we actually get an answer.
Oh, yes, you do.
It's all, I'm still sore. I wake up to a whole handful of Motrin every morning because we just shot the ending, and I am crushed from it.
And how does it? And Anne, how does it end?
Yeah, I'll tell you right now. I'm the spoiler. That's why I'm on all the shows. I'm just going to tell everybody the ending today.
Yeah.